So we've got our alpha plus beta formulas that we learnt the other day. Sine alpha plus beta, cos alpha plus beta, sine alpha minus beta, and cos alpha minus beta. And again, you don't have to have them completely memorized because they do look almost all identical, but you do have to know that when you have sine cos minus cosine, or cos cos sine sine, like we do in this question, that it probably matches up with one of those formulas. So then when I'm looking here, and I'm looking, is there a formula where I have cos alpha cos beta plus sine alpha sine beta equals to 1? Do I have that somewhere so I could take it from the right-hand side of those formulas and change it to the left-hand side? And yes, there is one. It is cos alpha, and alpha is 4x, minus beta, and beta is x. Now this question does say solve, so it's not a proof. We're not setting up our line as if it's a proof. We're actually solving it, and 4x minus x becomes cos 3x. So what does this equation remind us of? Okay, multi-revolution. And this is one of the questions I wanted to have as an online video anyways, so this will be perfect. It's a multi-revolution question because of that 3x. So the first thing we do in a multi-revolution question is we look at our domain from 0 to 2 pi, because our domain is x is between 0 and 2 pi. And so 3x's, we just multiply 0 by 3 and 2 pi by 3. So we call this a multi-revolution question because it's like going around our pi plate 3 times. All right, so 3x's will be between 0 and 6 pi, which is 3 times around. I don't like it when they make one of them not equal because I'll always forget that and have to go back and check it. So the 6 pi doesn't have an equal sign here. Then we just say, when is cos equal to 1? And we solve it like it was a cos theta equals 1, but instead of theta equals, we're going to write 3x equals. And cos is equal to 1 at 0 and 2 pi. That would be the first time around. The second time around, you would also get 4 pi. And if you're like me, the third time around, you'd include 6 pi only to look back at your domain and find out that 6 pi is not included, so you would go back and erase it or something and figure that out after. So the answers are 0, 2 pi, and 4 pi. Then to solve for x, divide each of them by 3. And you would get 0, 2 pi over 3, and 4 pi over 3. So it often happens in a question that partway through the question, like at first we needed to recognize the alpha and betas so that we could write it as cos 4x minus x. Then halfway through the question we got this cos 3x, which is another type of question that you'll have to recognize. And then you recognize it as your multi-revolution question. Multiply, because it's a 3 in there, your domain by 3. And then solve it 3 times around. And then when we divide it by 3 here in the end, all of our solutions, 0, 2 pi, and 4 pi over 3, they are between 0 and 2 pi like we wanted to begin with. So the questions for this one that you can do in your homework are 15 and 17.